Swami Chetananandaji's book, They Lived with God. And we are going to today do Tejchandra Mitra, lesser known devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, but he was his direct disciples. So let us start today. Tejchandra Mitra. Blessed are the simple, for they can easily communicate with God. This is what Swami Chetananandaji is writing. One cannot feign simplicity. It is an innate quality, the result of austerities performed throughout many past lives. Purity and simplicity, said Thomas A. Kempis in his Imitation of Christ, are the two wings with which man soars above earth and all temporary nature. Simplicity is in the intention, purity in the affection. Simplicity turns to God, purity unites with and enjoys Him. Sri Ramakrishna always sought to recruit his disciples from among young men who were as pure as flowers that had never been smelled and as simple, as innocent as children. On 25th February 1885, the Master said to M. Mahendranath Gupta, the writer of the Gospels, "Why do I attract these boys to me so much? They are pure vessels untouched by worldliness. A man cannot assimilate instructions if his mind is stained with worldliness." So, no staining with worldliness. Milk can be safely kept in a pot, but it turns sour if kept in a pot in which curd has been made. You may wash 1,000 times a cup that has held a solution of garlic, but still you cannot remove the smell of garlic. Tejchandra Mitra was born in 1863 at Bospara Lane in the Bagh Bazar district of Calcutta. His father, Bhagwati Charan Mitra, was an extremely religious and generous man. Tejchandra was the eldest of the 5 brothers. When he was young, his father allowed him to build a small gymnasium in the front of the house. As a result, Tejchandra became a good gymnast and a wrestler. Because he commanded the love and respect of his community, he could settle disputes when they arose. He also helped the poor and the needy and was always courteous and respectful. Tejchandra had tremendous love for his father and obeyed him implicitly. When he was still in school, his father arranged his marriage, but Tejchandra fulfilled his father's wishes without any protest and then passed the entrance examination after his wedding. Tejchandra was devoted to the gods and goddesses, and every day he visited the Kali temple at Bagh Bazar. He also assisted at the night-long worship of Mother Kali held every year. Tejchandra first met Sri Ramakrishna on a Sunday in the summer of 1883, when he accompanied his neighbor Hari, later Swami Turyanand, to Dakshineshwar. Balram Basu and M were present. On that day, the master asked Tejchandra, "Are you married?" "Yes, sir," replied Tejchandra. The master responded, all right. Another day, the master asked to meet Tejchandra's wife to determine whether she would hinder her husband's spiritual life. But this visit did not materialize. Hari later told the master that her signs were good. She was a Vidya Shakti who would help her husband realize God. Knowing Tejchand's spiritual inclination, the master told him, "Please visit this place frequently. Try to come along, especially on Tuesdays and Saturdays." Tejchandra describes his second visit to the master as follows. I did not find Hari at his house, so I went alone to Dakshineshwar. The master was pleased to see me. I don't remember who was present there that day. It was Saturday. The master took me to the southern veranda and put his finger on my chest and tongue. Master, whom do you like as your chosen deity? I did not respond. Master, oh, you don't like to mention it. All right, he pointed to Kali. You like this deity. Isn't that true? I nodded my head and the master gave me the mantra. Later I said to the master, Sir, you have initiated me, but if my family guru is upset, will it not be harmful to me? Master, why? Take a mantra from him also. Or if you don't want to take a mantra from him, then give him his usual fee. The master fed me well, and I returned home after spending the whole day at Dakshineshwar. Tejchandra recalled another visit. It was the Falaharini Kali Puja day of 1884. Either Hari or Narayan was with me. I'm not sure. When we reached Dakshineshwar, the master asked me to spend the night there. I was in a fix because, on one hand, there was the master's invitation, and on the other, I had never stayed overnight. I said to the master, Sir, I can stay, but what shall I eat? Master, you will not have to think about that. I shall feed you. So I stayed and sent a message home through either Hari or Narayan. At midnight, the master took me to the Kali temple and then fed me at 1 in the morning. We returned to his room and he asked me, What do you want? It came to my mind to ask for money, but I kept quiet. The master said, all right, I understand what you want. The next morning, I returned home on foot. When Sri Ramakrishna visited his devotees' home in Calcutta, he asked them to tell others so that everyone could meet him in one place. Sometimes the devotees arranged festivals in which the master would sing and talk about God. Once Ramchandra Datta planned such an event in his Calcutta residence and invited the master. The master asked Tejchandra to tell Girish, who was his neighbor. Tejchandra could not find Girish at home, so he went to his theatre. He did not see him there either, so he left him a note. In the evening, Sri Ramakrishna will visit Ramchandra Datta's house at Madhuroy's Lane, Shimla, that is Calcutta. Girish went to Ramchandra's house on the strength of this note without having received any formal invitation. He felt that the master had accepted him as his own. The next day, Tejchandra met Girish on the street while he was going to his theatre and asked, Did you receive the note I left for you yesterday? Yes, I did, replied Girish. Who asked you to inform me? Tejchandra said, The master asked me to send you the news. I went to the theatre to inform you, but couldn't find you there, so I left the note. Why did he ask me you to inform me? Asked Girish. Tejchandra had no answer. Girish realized that this was the master's unbound grace. Sri Ramakrishna always kept track of his young disciples and thought of their welfare. On 9th November 1884, he said to M, Please ask him, that is Tejchandra, what he thinks of me. Does he think of me as a Gyani? Or what does he say about me? I understand that he is very reticent to Gopal. Ask Tejchandra to come here Saturday and Tuesday. On 25th February 1885, the master visited Girish Ghosh's house in Bagh Bazar. He instructed the householder devotees on how to live in this world. Is anything impossible for the grace of God? Suppose you bring a light into a room that has been dark 1,000 years. Does it remove the darkness little by little? The room is all lighted at once. You should practice calling on God every day. It is not possible to succeed in one day. Through daily prayer, you will come to long for God. How can you feel that restlessness if you are immersed in worldliness day and night? The master asked Tejchandra to sit near him. He obeyed the master and then he whispered to M that he would have to leave soon. Tejchandra, Purna, Poltu, Narayan, and some other young boys were students of M, who was the headmaster of Vidyasagar school. A rumor spread that M brought those boys to the master so they would neglect their studies. The boys' guardians held M responsible. The master defended M. But he was concerned about M and his young disciples. At first, Tejchandra's father did not like his son's visit to the master. But he ceased objection when he later learned that some of the prominent people of Bagbazar, such as Dinanath Basu, an attorney of Calcutta Supreme Court, Kalinath Basu, a high police officer, and Balaram Basu also visited the master. On 13th July 1885, the master went to attend the chariot festival at Balram's house in Calcutta. Tejchandra went there to see the master. Master to Tejchandra, I sent you so often, but still you don't come. Why don't you come? If you practice meditation and prayer, it will make me happy. I look on you as my own. That is why I sent for you. Tejchandra, sir, I have to go to office. I am very busy with duties. M. There was a marriage ceremony at his home and he got leave from his office for 10 days. Master to Tejchandra. Well, well, you say you have no leisure? You told me just now that you were going to renounce the world? Narayan. M said to us one day that this world is a wilderness. Master to M. Please tell them the story of the disciple who became unconscious after taking some medicine. His teacher arrived at the house and said he would receive if someone else swallowed a pill that he would prescribe. The disciple would get back his life, but the man who swallowed the pill would die. Please tell the other one, two of the Hatha Yogi, who thought that his wife and children were his very own and who feigned death with his limbs stretched out. It will do them good to hear those stories. You will find these stories in the Devakshar live streams, so please do go through them. They are in Hindi. The master tried to create hunger for God within the young disciples. The master visited Tejchandra's home in Calcutta and even carried prasad from Dakshineshwar to him. Tejchandra was grief-stricken when the master passed away in 1886, but the master was always in his heart. After he met Sri Ramakrishna, he never kept pictures of himself in his house. Pointing to his relatives, he once explained, "Why should I keep my pictures in the house? Seeing my cage of flesh and bones, you will weep and wail throughout your lives. When I die, you will not have to perform a Shraddh ceremony if you cannot afford it. Just think of the master. You will achieve everything." Tejchandra and his wife regularly visited Holy Mother at the Udbodhan house and she was very fond of them. The Holy Mother told the following story about Tejchandra. He was eagerly prayers to God will see him. So what was his prayer? That God would always see him. What a sincere soul he, Tejchandra, was. The master used to frequent his house. Someone had deposited 200 rupees with Tejchandra. One day he was robbed of the amount by a pickpocket in a tram car. He discovered the loss after some time and suffered terrible mental agony. He came to the bank of the Ganges and prayed to the Master with tears in his eyes, "O Lord, what I have done to me." He was not rich enough to make up for the amount from his own pocket. As he was thus weeping, he saw the Master appear before him and heard him say, "Why do you weep so bitterly? The money is there under a brick on the bank of the Ganges." Tejchandra quickly removed the brick and really found there a bundle of banknotes. He narrated the incident to Sarat Maharaj, that is Swami Shardananda. Sharat said, "You are lucky to get the vision of the Master even now." During festivals, Tej Chandra would go to the Ramakrishna monastery at Belur to his services. Once, he and some other devotees took a steamer from Aryatola Ghat of Calcutta to Belur Math. The boat was overcrowded and a boy of 5 or 6 years old accidentally fell into the Ganges. Everyone was concerned, but no one dared to attempt a rescue. Seeing the boy's hand in the river, Tejchandra could not stop himself. Shouting, "Victory to Ramakrishna!" he jumped into the water with his shoes and clothes on. People thought that Tejchandra must be a close relative of the boy. He rescued the boy without losing anything from his pocket and then returned home to change his clothes before going to Belur Math. He later told his friends, "It was the Master who inspired me, so it was possible for me to save the boy." Once Tejchandra suffered a bout of asthma that became at night and kept him from sleeping. It was so unbearable that he would go up to the roof and pace back and forth all night. He consulted many doctors, but none could give him any relief. At night, he would pray to the Master to cure that painful disease. On one such occasion, a sadhu came to his home and said to him, "You are suffering? Please take this medicine and you will be cured." Tej Chandra accepted the medicine and asked, "How shall I pay you?" "Nothing," replied the holy man. Tej Chandra thought of the sadhu that he was a scheming man. He wanted to get money from him. "When shall I see you again?" asked Tej Chandra. "All the right time, always," said the sadhu and left. Tej Chandra decided not to use the medicine. He consulted the doctor and they also forbade him to take it. So the medicine remained in his room. After a day or two, the Master appeared to him in a dream and asked, "Still you doubt?" Immediately, Tej Chandra got up and took the medicine. From that day on, he never again suffered from asthma. Tej Chandra led an ideal householder's life. His son, Ramakrishna Mitra, wrote, "Tej Chandra died at 75 Ramakandra Bose Street, Calcutta, on 16 September 1912 at the age of 49. Sometimes before his death, he began to sit many hours in front of Sri Ramakrishna's picture, practicing japa and meditation. He was always joyful. He told us, "I could not leave a lot of money or property for you, but someone, the Master, will be always behind you." Just before his passing away, the Holy Mother said to someone at Udbodhan, "Tej Chandra is dying. Please carry the Namrita, that is the sanctified water, to him right now." It seemed that he was waiting for that holy water. As soon as he drank it, he passed away. The Holy Mother then said to Swami Shardanand, "You have tried hard to save Tej Chandra, but it is the Master who has taken him away." In a drama, some take big roles, others small roles, but each part is important. Tej Chandra's played a small role in the divine drama of Sri Ramakrishna. So, this divine drama goes on till this day. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Do stay tuned to Devakshar, share and like our videos, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.